What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm in Farming Simulator 15. So it's been a while since we've been here. It's been a little while, I should say, since we've been here. In the last episode, we stole some ideas from Reefy 1952, otherwise known as Mike, and bought another tipper so we could keep our grain, our manure, and sort of other stuff and animal feed separate. In this episode, we're going to do some cleaning up. Still not quite harvest time yet. It's getting real close, though. Probably another day, and we'll be harvesting. But for this episode, I thought we'd do some cleanup. I've got some silage I need to compact and get that fermented so I can move it. I'd like to get the mix station empty, because as I mentioned in the last episode as well, we're not using that anymore. I want to go to a mix wagon. So just some general cleanup stuff. And we also need to go down and harvest our apples, I think. Our apples and our pears. I believe they're ready to go. But to do that, we need to go pick up a trailer. So that's what we're going to do first. So, Fire International here. Get the beacon turned on. Jump inside. And off we go. And unfortunately not be able to change our view because of the ICs, which I still haven't got around to changing yet. Oops, slow down. Okay. Well, at least now I can move, so that's good. So we're going to head down to the shop, and we're going to pick up our new trailer, take it down to our orchard, and pick up and try to harvest our, whoops, wheel. Wheel is not reacting the way it should be lately. I don't know what's the matter with it. I think the old Momo is finally wearing out. I think I might have broke something in the inside of it. I'm not 100% certain about that, though, but it just made a very not pretty noise day before yesterday, so making me a little nervous. So what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, you can see, if we look over here, you can see our crops are getting closer. The soybeans are almost ready to go. Probably another day. We also had a really sort of interesting bit of good luck. A gentleman approached me not too long ago about putting a grocery store down on the other side of our orchard. He was like, he's sort of not a chain, but a gentleman that's kind of branching out. He's got stores in other parts of this area, and he asked if I would be interested in maybe selling him a chunk of land or renting him a chunk of land to put a store on. And I was like, well, you know what? If you buy my stuff, then I can definitely see us coming up with some sort of arrangement. So, luckily now we have a store that will buy our apples and pears pretty much right next to the orchard. So you couldn't ask for a better outcome than that. So. If I can get this thing to turn. There we go. Oh, jeez. Yeah, something's going on with my wheel. My poor wheel. It's so old. Where is our trailer? Did I not buy it yet? Oh, there it is. There it is. This is a UPK sort of compatible trailer. It kind of picks up all the UPK stuff. It also carries just about everything. Water, seeds too, fertilizer, grain, just about everything. So I figured this would be the kind of the best way to go. So now I don't know if I'm anywhere near this amount. This thing can be a little tricky to hook up too. So as I discovered on Bjornholm, you guys will probably have seen this trailer on Bjornholm. I'm using this for the orchards and for the greenhouses and for everything else that I'm growing UPK wise on Bjornholm. So, and these videos will come out on the same day. So you can see right there, it even says Universal Process Kit on it, which is neat because there is another version of this which is not Universal Process Kit compatible. So sorry, I was trying to think of the word there. So okay. So now we can head down to the orchard and pick up our apples and our pears. I believe they should be about ready to be harvested, I think. So, and then we're going to go compact some silage. That little bit of silage we have over here in the bunker, on this bunker over here on the main farm. I just really want to get that fermented and get it out of there because it's annoying me. I don't want to have silage all over the map, We still have the bunker, the full bunker down at the feed storage yard, and I want to use that up too because I want to be done using that. I don't want to use the feed storage yard, and I don't want to use the mix station anymore. I kind of want to keep the silage and all of that sort of, I don't know, sort of centralized either around the dairy farm, and then just make all the TMR that we need for all the animals in a mix wagon. The storage yard and the mix station are great, you know, they're really cool, but for me, I don't know. I don't know that they really fit this map, so, at least for me. You know, obviously, if you like them and you want to play, you know, that's completely up to you, so you want to use them in your, you know, in the way you play the game, that's cool too. For me, they're just not, they're not ideal, so. I think after this harvest too, we're gonna decide what we're doing about more equipment. We're also going to decide what we're doing about maybe buying some more fields. So I kind of want to get away from using fields 8 and 9 as well. To be honest, those fields they're kind of small. They're really more of a pain in the ass than they're worth, to be completely honest, just because of their size. So maybe we can use those for something else, you know, and then pick up one more field. I like to get one bigger field to kind of take up their place, so that's the idea. We'll see. You know me in plans. You know, oh, I want to do this. Yeah, okay. And then, you know, when the time comes to actually implement the plan, I've got a whole different plan. So, okay. So coming up here to the new grocery store that was built. You know, they didn't take a whole chunk of land. Probably could cut down that tree for him, but so let's jump out here and take a look. Took him no time to build this either, so looks like he still needs to do a little landscaping there. Got a little got some brush residue floating around, but as you can see, this sells everything, and I went through this on my Bjorn Home update, so I won't do it again. We can even sell all the animals here, which I won't do. I'll take them to the regular sell point, but this takes just about everything, so that's really cool. So we'll go over here, and I'm pretty sure we must have trees that need to be harvested. So, you know, I wasn't 100% certain about this area for the trees, but to be honest, I like it. I think it looks kind of neat. So, oh yeah, they're about 50% full, not 100% full, but that's okay. Enough to get started on anyway. So, plus I really wanted to play on this map because I haven't played on this map in a while, and I hadn't really had anything to do, you know, so. And I realized, you know, looking at you know, my channel and stuff, I was like, wow, has it really been a week since I made an Old Ridge video? Well, I can't have that. So, as you can see, this trailer, as it fills up, it puts boxes in the tipper, which is really cool. That's one thing I really like about the Apple mod and all that, is just the level of detail that you get with it. I think it's really, really cool. I think kind of to make this sort of worth it, I think we'd probably want to put a lot more trees somewhere, and we probably will at some point. So, you know, and again, these trees aren't 100%. I believe they take 3 in-game days to get to 100%, where, you know, 100% capacity on the tree. So, but we'll get a few off of it anyway. So. And it's a nice, I really, really, really enjoy this. As you guys know, I say that, I've said this, you know, numerous times about the Apple mod. You know, it's probably one of my favorite mods, you know, for Farming Simulator 15. I really like it, or for Farming Simulator 13 for that matter. I didn't really get into it as much in Farming Simulator 13 just because I was busy doing other things, but you know, it's absolutely makes a massive difference for me in Farming Simulator 15. So I'm glad that it's working now, and, you know, I'm not having any more real issues with it. So I also want to send a big shout out to Farmer Beavis, who kind of chastised me about using the latest version of the UPK. I, for some reason, had it in my head that the new version of the UPK and the new version of the placeable piles had caused a massive sort of, you know, catastrophic crash on my Bjorn Home save game. And it turns out it was not. So I do now have the newest version of the UPK. Everything seems to be working fine. So we're gonna have to put some bee houses down too, I realize. I wonder how our grocery store owner over there is gonna feel about bee houses next to his grocery store. Well, I guess if he wants to buy the honey. That would be kind of cool too. I don't know that if there is one or not, but if there was a sort of a UPK or maybe a production-based bee house where you actually had to go pick up the honey, I think that would be really cool. Yeah, we're getting quite a few pears. You know, we don't have all that many trees, so you know, we have the same amount of. Oops, I'm not quite close enough to that one. We We have the same amount of pears as we do apples, so I think apples and pears fit this map well. I think they fit the area that this map is, set in. So I don't think I'll do cherries or plums. I definitely won't do oranges. So just for realism's sake. So let's see how much we end up with here. 2,560 liters of pears. That's not too bad, really. Not too bad at all. So probably should have paid attention when I was pulling out. But since there's no traffic on this map, I can always use that as an excuse when I do something, completely silly and just pull out in front of, pull out across the road without looking. So now this is going to be the tricky bit, because once I hit this, I'm not going to be able to change the view. So this may require some adjustment of the view here. Do not smash into the gentleman's new store. At some point, these trees will probably come down too, so this won't be so much of an issue after that. So, with my wheel not being 100%, up to snuff, which is it's really kind of making me sad, if I'm going to be honest. I've had this wheel for a long time, and it makes me kind of unhappy. So, jeez, it's a good thing there's no traffic on this map. Can you imagine the massive traffic jam I would be causing right now? I just want to back up to this sell point. Well, at least one thing, you can always count on some entertainment, though, with me trying to back up anything. So if, you think, okay, just back up straight now, how hard is it? But no. Can we go this way? This way, thank you. That'll work. There we go. Finally. Only took, 10 minutes, but we're there. So, now one thing about this is you do get paid right away for it, which is nice. No waiting like some of the other UPK stuff. So that's kind of cool. I also want to pick up the well today, or at least, get the well placed today. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, though. I know where I wanted to put it, but I don't know if I want to rip Reefy off that bad and put it exactly in the same spot he put his. But to be honest, I think that may be the best place to put it. So, because obviously we're going to need water. We're going to need water for the cows, for the for the pigs, for everything, for the beef cattle. So we're going to need water, and I'd rather pay for it once, and a little daily sort of maintenance, that it costs, as opposed to having to pay for it, every single day, every single time we use it. So, and it's fairly expensive too. Water will add up in a big hurry. So. And it's just one of those silly sort of expenses where you say, okay, well, you know what, I could have, you could have drilled a well and, and then just paid the whatever the maintenance is that it costs to run the well. So I think I want to get the solar version, just because the wind-powered version is cool, but it's just really loud. So, and I think, as often as we're going to have to go over there, I think hearing that all the time would just get annoying. And eventually, probably what I do is I'd probably go into the mod folder and take the sound file out, and that'd be, that's kind of cheating, I think. So, especially when the author, the mod author went to all the trouble of putting that in there. So, okay, I would imagine we'll get about the same amount of apples as we got pears. So. Oop. Almost missed that end tree. Making the turn. You see, it's 6:53 in the morning. It's a beautiful sunrise here in Old Ridge. Beautiful day here in Old Ridge. Hasn't rained in quite a while. Speaking of that, I wanted to give you a little update about the soil mod. As soon as this harvest is over, I will be putting the soil mod in the map. So I didn't want to do it pre-harvest. I wanted to do it, when the ground is empty. There's nothing in the ground, no seed, no crop or anything. Because I don't know exactly what soil mod probably wouldn't do anything. Actually, it would need a cycle to actually sort of set up and get, ready to go and everything. But I figure it'll be better to start after the harvest. So after this next harvest, which will be in the next episode, I'll put soil mod in, and we can then enjoy the adventure of soil mod. So I've been watching a lot of videos on it. you know, a lot of Farmer Beavis installed it on Bandikino. Good for him, or Baldacchino, I should say. Good for him, because that's a massive map to have to be worrying about soil mod. But I think it's cool. You know, he's always up for a challenge, so I think that's neat. I certainly don't know that I'd want to do it on a map that big, but like I won't be installing it on Amagawa Alps for that reason. There's enough to do on that map, so. But I think this map is perfect for soil mod, so. Okay, let's see if we can do this a little better. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna super cheat and see if I can catch it this way. Come on, let me go this way. Yes, thank you. I'm such a cheater. Okay, $28,000. Okay, so that's good. Of course the phone's gonna ring right this second. Well, we're just gonna let that one ring, guys, because it's not for me, so. Okay, now, let's see. Well, the next thing I want to do is go get this silage. You'll have to forgive me. You have to forgive it if you can hear the message in the background. I apologize about that. But I didn't want to stop the recording and then start again just for that. So, you know me, it wouldn't be a Bipolar Prophet gaming episode of anything if it didn't, the phone didn't ring at least once during it. So, okay, so yeah, I think we're gonna go get this silage compacted. It's just a little bit anyway. Get it compacted, get it fermenting, so that we can get it moved out of there. I also want to move the rest of the mixed rations out of the mix station. It's out of silage now, so that's good. Now, of course, it won't make any more mixed rations, and it's still got hay in it, and straw, I believe, but I'll live with that, just because I want to get away from using it, but I do want to take all the mixed rations out of it. We'll use those, and once those are empty, then we can go back to, you know, just using a mix wagon, or not go back to, but go to using a mix wagon. Beautiful day here. Beautiful day in Old Ridge. Could use some rain though. Haven't had any rain in a while. Actually, haven't had any rain on a map in quite a while. So, in fact, let's take a look at the weather forecast and see when it's supposed to rain. If I can do this and drive at the same time. It's going to rain on Saturday. Oh, you know what? That's probably not going to be ideal. For the simple fact that I bet Saturday will be the day we do it. Oops. Watch the road and not your phone. Saturday will be the day that we have to do the harvest. Okay. Well, I guess we'll figure that out when that comes. Ah, my poor wheel. It just hasn't felt right for a couple days. So, I don't know. You know, I'm going to have to... I went through the settings and everything, but maybe one of the modifications that I've done, you know, to it over the years has finally given out. So... maybe time for a new wheel, and as you guys know, I certainly cannot afford that, so that'll be a thing, I guess, you know, at some point. We'll have to try to figure out how we can make that happen. I'm not sure where I'm going. Went the wrong way. Go figure. Well, I haven't been lost on the map in a while, so that's good, I guess. Yeah, we'll go this way. It's a nice day for a drive, I guess. So, yeah, the soybeans are just about ready. One more day, I think. And they will be ready to go, so then we can be harvesting. Obviously going to have to rent a... Oh, you know what? I really shouldn't spend any more money, should I? I really shouldn't. I was going to buy that water station, the well, you know, but then I reminded myself that I'm going to need money to rent a combine and a head, so I don't want to run out of money, so and not be able to rent it come harvest time. So I think that's not going to be... maybe we won't buy the water station. Maybe we'll wait till after the harvest for that. So, okay, let me get this parked up somewhere, and we'll go compact that last little bit of silage. I guess this can go in with the other tippers. There's no way. No, that's already full. So I was thinking I'd put it in with the other tippers, but that shit's pretty full. So I have to find a use for these potato boxes too. That would require actually planting potatoes, so we'll see how that goes. I need to put this windrower away too. Okay. I'm talking about cleaning up, and I'm just leaving stuff everywhere, but for right now, it's okay. So, okay, so let's go, and we will this way. Just compact this little bit of chaff that's over here. Excuse me. And here it is. Just barely enough to blanket, right? Is it enough to blanket? Yeah, 14%. Okay, it's enough. So probably wouldn't hurt me to put some weight on the. Oops. To put some weight on the. On this thing, but it'll be fine. There's hardly anything in it, so it's not really a big deal. I don't even know why I put this in here. Probably because I was too lazy to drive all the way back to the storage pit, I guess. Feels like I've had far too many filler episodes on this series, and I'm not sure why. It's not like there's not enough to do. I guess just waiting for everything to come up. The animals seem to be taking quite a while, and it takes a little while for the crops to grow, obviously, and all that. So, okay, well, let's get out of here now. That's done. We'll let that ferment, and when it's done fermenting, we'll move it out of there. So, okay, now, let's see. Actually, you know what? This can actually stay right here for the moment, because I have a tractor over there, and we might as well start working on the, turn that off, start working on getting the mixed rations out of the mix station and over here. For the moment, anyway, we'll use the Fent for that. So I've discovered a couple of things about this Fent that I don't like. One is that the sound kind of loops, which is fine when you're doing something, when you're moving around and whatnot. But when you're just driving, especially on a long road, the sound kind of loops and makes a cracking noise right at the loop point. So. Again, one of those minor little issues, I guess, but... Oops. See if I can get it to do it. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. It made like a poof noise. Now I'm assuming that's where the loop is, where the sound comes back around again. See, there it is. But I don't know if it's supposed to do that or not. But maybe it is. If it is, then I don't know. It's just kind of to me, it's kind of annoying. So, all right. Let's see what a nightmare this is going to be to back up now. Other than that, I really like this Fent. I really do. It's neat. It's a neat little tractor. So. Come on, just back under there. I went too far. Oh no, there it goes. Just caught it. Now, I'm not sure how much is in here. Let's go find out. There is... Oh, there's still a bunch. 30,000, so it's still going to be a few trips. That's okay. Now, I don't suppose the cows need anything at the moment. Let's find out. Animals. Oh. I have 162 eggs. How do I have 100? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I don't. I forgot. Do you not know how to read the PDA? That's how many eggs it'll hold. Sheep, obviously, we don't have any. Cows, do they need anything? Oh no, they've got plenty of mixed rations for the 10 cows we have. Plenty of straw. I should probably buy some more cows, but I can't do that till after the harvest either. Chickens, yeah, we don't have to worry about that. Can I not see my? Oh, I guess I would need a PDA extension for that to see more animals, I guess. Apparently, so. That's interesting. Oh, here they are. Okay, well, we have 6 pigs ready to sell. They have 921 liters of mixed rations, which is probably enough. No grains, plenty of earth fruits, plenty of water. They're getting a little low on water, but not too bad. And they're making a little manure and slurry. So, okay, we have 6 of those. How do I? Can I just do this now? Yep, 6 beef cattle as well. They're getting a little low on water too, but they're okay for right now as well. They wouldn't take hardly any mixed rations, I bet, if I brought it in there anyway, so I'm not even going to bother. Okay, so we have 12 animals ready to sell, 6 of each. I don't know if that's quite enough yet, to be honest. It might be, but I think I'll wait until they build up a little bit more. Maybe after the harvest. After the harvest, we'll deal with the animals, I think will be the way that we'll go. So, okay. I just realized that I have two. I have Glance and I have the Inspector mod because I was playing online with Jim from Predatory Gaming on his stream, and he's using the Glance mod where I use the Inspector mod. I have to get rid of one of them. I don't need both of them. I forgot the other one was there until I just happened to look up. So still have the bales in the field over here, but they're going to sit there for a minute. I'll move them probably off screen so you guys don't have to sit through that nonsense again, because God knows that was ugly, right? BP and bales, not a good combination. I figure, you know, 18,000, so probably one more full load, one more half a load, and we'll have all the mixed rations out of that machine, and then we'll be done using that, and then we're going to have unfortunately, we're going to have a lot of mixed rations over here to be using for quite a while, but that's okay. This is not quite silage yet, I guess, so that's okay too. Now, here comes the fun part, making this turn. I am no good at this for some reason. I swear this is the reason why I want to use a mixed wagon, so I don't have to deal with this anymore. Okay, I believe I'm close enough now. Yep. Excuse me. Throat just got all dry all of a sudden. We'll see how much. We'll see how much mixed rations we end up with here after we get this last bit out of the machine. It's going to be quite a bit. At some point we're going to really have to ramp up our probably our dairy cow operation, obviously, because obviously 10 cows is not making us very much money at the moment, so, and not using hardly any materials. So, dairy is always, I like a big dairy. I enjoy that aspect of this game. So I probably like, again, I think this map would probably easily support 100, maybe 200 cows. So that's kind of where I'd like to see it, eventually. I just feel like it's taken a long time. What is this, episode 24 now? It just feels like it's taken a long time to get this map sort of, I don't know, set up. I feel like I'm still sort of setting up on this map, after 24 episodes. So I guess that's a mark of a good map, I suppose, that it takes, that long to sort of get going on it, I guess, because there's so much to do. So there was 32,000 left. So this will be 18. Yep. Okay. So, and then actually we could sell this tipper. We wouldn't need this tipper anymore. Well, no, actually we would, because I'll use this until we were out in the storage, I guess, and then buy a mixed wagon. No sense buying a mixed wagon now when I don't really need it. It'd be just something else sitting around, and just costing us maintenance for no real reason. So, see, every so often I use my head. There's that noise again. I don't know, maybe it's supposed to make that noise, I guess. I don't know, maybe one of you guys can tell me if you've ever driven one of these fence, these old fence, or older fence, I should say. Tell me if they actually make that sort of popping noise. Maybe when they get to max RPM or whatever, or max, speed, they don't really like being there, so they make a little noise, let you know. Oh. Yeah, it'd be helpful if I backed up, though. Where do you think you're going? That's not going to work. When I'm doing this kind of work, too, I really should remember to take the front loader off and put a weight on it, because it's very light on the front end. This is a pretty big tipper. It doesn't look big, but then you hook it up to something and you realize that it's a pretty good sized tipper. So, of course, you're going to tip that way. Tip the wrong way. Oh, whatever. Whatever gets it in there. So, okay. One more load should do it. And then, let's see, what else needs to be done? We harvested the pears and the apples. We got those down to the store. We got the silage compacted, so we can move that at some point. The animals seem to be all set for right now. Like I said, I think after the harvest, we will deal with all the animals. We might take the animals that are ready to be sold down to the butcher and get them sold off, and then get everybody sort of reset as far as mixed rations and straw and water and everything goes, because they're okay for right now. They're not out of anything. So I know I definitely want to buy some more cows. Not sure if there's anything else. I really want to buy a JCB. Do I need one? No. To be honest, I have... Oh, there we go. So it's empty now. Very good. Very good. And we are all done using that thing. I think I have all the tractors I need for this farm, for the size of it, As it grows, if we decide to buy more fields and, get into the bigger fields, or the really big fields is what I meant to say, then we could probably justify buying some more tractors. But for right now, I think we have all the tractors we need, so... And one thing I try not to do, unless it's, for something that I'm not maybe, doing a Let's Play on or whatever, I try not to, get new tractors every, couple of episodes, just for the simple fact that you wouldn't do that in real life, You tend to buy a tractor and keep it, because, it's a lot of money. Even if you're buying used stuff, it's still a lot of money. So you kind of need to keep the stuff you have, and you try to make the best decisions you can about what you're going to buy, so you don't end up hating it, Like this Fendt. This Fendt is sort of along the lines of the Ford for me. It's taken me a minute to get used to it, but I kind of like it now, so... Am I close enough to dump? Yes. Now you're going to dump backwards. It's just a random choice, I swear. Okay. Let's take a look and see how much... I've got silage over there, too, really? Jeez, I've got silage. I got chaff everywhere. That's not good. I really need to be neater. Let's see. Oh, geez, it's well over 100,000, huh? Almost 200,000 liters. Well, these cows will be eating this for quite a while. So, what's this looking like? That is definitely not enough to blanket. So, okay. Let me turn this back on now, so I can find out how much. When this is going to be ready. This is only 44%. Wow, that's been in there for a while too. But that's the map, That's just having a tinker with the. It's 11%, so we could actually blanket this. Okay, you know what? Let's do it. Yeah, that's just the map. The OEB having a tinker with the growth settings and everything, which is fun. Not a big deal at all. So, let's see. Disconnect you for the moment. Oh, because I'm on a trigger, so let me disconnect. Now it will. Okay. This is not the most ideal compacting tractor, but it'll do for this little bit. So, might as well get it all compacted, blanketed up, and then we can move it all afterwards, so I don't have silage everywhere. Am I still compacting all the way back here? Yes, I am. Okay. Suppose I got to put the duals on for this, but this is almost going to disappear by the time it's fully compacted. It's just about there now. Watch how little it is. That's funny. Okay, there we go. Just drive off the pile there, and then that's done. Okay, so there you go, guys. Again, I know not probably the most exciting of episodes of all time, but just stuff, again, more stuff that needed to be done. We've got the grocery store now, so we can sell our apples and our pears, and whatever else we want to sell down there, because it accepts everything but grain. So that's kind of neat. I think we'll wait on the water station until after the harvest, so I make sure I have enough money to buy, to be able to rent the combine and the header, because obviously we're going to need that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, please let me know what you think. Again, just sort of a utility episode, just, all kind of little stuff that needed to be done. And that's kind of how it works sometimes. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, please let me know what you think. I look forward to your comments. I look forward to reading them. I love to reply to them. You guys always make me think, too. You leave a lot of great comments that make me go, now I need to come up with a good response for that, you know. Your tips and your suggestions are always welcome. It means a lot to me when you guys leave me those. Thank you so much. And as always, thank you for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.